What's up guys, it is PV Pilot and today we'll be discussing, is it smarter to buy an electric scooter from China for $3,000 or just get a used car? Let's talk about that. For some background information, I live in LA, born and raised, native LA person thing right here. I have been riding electric scooters, bikes for 3 years, going on to 4 years now. And I've also owned a car for 1 year. So I have both sides of the spectrums. So I'm pretty much a professional. I could talk about this. I strongly advocate for getting these electric scooters, mobility, micro mobility stuff, because I'm telling you guys, it's the future. I mean, LA is getting ridiculously busy. It's like everybody should have a moped to this point, but they don't. They just refuse not to. I mean, just get a moped already. If you're not gonna get like this electric scooter, but you could totally get this electric scooter because it's really good. All right, so what are some pros to this electric scooter? Extremely affordable. Yes, it's $3K, but once you pay that upfront cost, the savings are insane. Again, it's affordable as in there's no gas you need to pay. Gas is always rising. And did you know that if you search up like what's the average cost of gas for the USA, right, per person, it's about $3,000. Isn't that crazy? $3,000 in 1 year, and it's just gas alone. And insurance is a scam. All right, once you're done paying off your car, right, you still always have to pay insurance, and I get why, but then you pay them, you get into an accident, then they tell you, no, I can't cover that. You didn't pay us enough. You don't get that. You don't have that covered on your plan. It's extremely easy to park. You go out to a cafe, you go out to a grocery store, park it where you see a strong, sturdy pole, put your lock around it, boom, bada bang, you're chilling like a villain. And don't come me for this next one, but it is eco-friendly compared to a Tesla car. It's extremely eco-friendly, small. All right, I know it's got a lithium battery in it, but again, compared to a electric vehicle, extremely eco-friendly. All right, basically a Superman, you're saving the world. My favorite pro, you can beat traffic with a breeze. Use the bike lanes to avoid traffic, lane split even. Just be careful when you do so. Pretty please. And it's somewhat portable, more like it's just small enough to fit in the back of your car. It's a tight squeeze though, so if you got a bigger car, it would fit. Again, you should have a car, but if you have a car, this is another pro for you. Cons, it is weather dependent, but like I said, I live in LA, so it rains once a year and summers are hot. But while you're riding, right, think about it, while you're riding, the wind blows on you and you cool off. So really, all pros. And with all the money you'll be saving from not owning a car, just take an Uber, like a VIP, like a boss. Uber where you need to go. I'm telling you, worth it. Think about it in the long run. I know the Uber might be like $40, $60, right? But that would have been like nothing compared to the whole year when you add up everything owning a car. Now, you are limited in range with this electric scooter, depending on how fast you're going. It could be 30 miles or it could be 100 miles. Frankly, if you're at a constant rate of 40 miles per hour, you'll get around 30 miles. But you're not usually going 40 miles per hour constantly. So I think your average range would be 40 miles, and that's good. 20 miles one way, 20 miles the other way. What more do you need to get around the city? Speed. It can keep up with traffic, but I guess it can't go on the highway. I mean, I don't ever go on the highway with this thing. It's extremely dangerous, all right? Top speed is 50, and that's all you really need to keep up with traffic. 35 to 45 is what you're gonna be going with the cars. So, speed, technically it's a con because you can't go on the highway, but I don't recommend going on the highway ever on this little electric scooter. But we can't talk about one side of the story without talking about the other side of the story. There's cars. What are the pros of cars? There's AC and there's protection from the outside world. Heat, rain, bad weather, long range. You can get 300 miles plus on a single tank for extremely long trips. And cargo space, carry all those groceries, luggage, and passengers even. Really though, when are you gonna be doing that unless you're an Uber rider? Cons, now really dial in on this one. Expensive. Gas goes up and stays up. Insurance is a scam like I mentioned earlier. Registration, fair, but still another cost that you have to add on. And repairs add up extremely fast and again are expensive. Traffic and parking. LA has gridlock traffic at points in downtown And good luck finding parking, especially free parking, because prepare yourselves, you're gonna have to tip the valet. Environmental impact. Cars contribute a lot of pollution to this climate, so by switching to this electric scooter, you're basically saving the world. And then lastly, breakdowns. When they happen, it's a headache. You gotta fix it right then and there, otherwise you're stranded, right? I know e-scooters can break down, but they're a relatively easy fix. If the motor breaks down, well then yeah, it's over. But again, since it's so cheap, you could buy another one and save yourself a lot of money in the long run, right? This is a long run game. You're not living for 10 years, you're living for hopefully a nice long 80 to 100 years, guys. Now, why does this work in LA? It works in LA, and especially in LA, because they're building more bike lanes over time. With them building more bike lanes, you're able to avoid the traffic. Since you're not in traffic, you're not as stressed. I'm telling you guys, feeling the wind on your face, hearing everything around you, it's like you're actually there now instead of stuck in a metal tin box. What I want you guys to take away from this video is to please look at scooters as not just a toy, but as an actual viable option to get to work and home. Cars should be almost a last resort. They are extremely expensive. Not everybody can afford a car. The people who can afford the car can no longer afford their free time. And time is something you can never get back. Alright, PEV Pilot out. Peace.